where we are right now with America, the mess that we have, right? It's a messy situation right now in America. I don't like what they're teaching in school. I don't like what's happening with fatherless homes. I don't like how many, in 1940, 4% of all pregnancies in America were to single mothers. In 1940, only 4% of pregnancies, babies that were born to a single mother. Today it's 40%. What do you mean? We went from 4% to 40%? What are you talking about? So what do we change? We're afraid to pray in school? For what? You want to take God out of school? Yeah, we want to take God out of school. What are you afraid of? You don't want God? You don't want favor? You don't want that? No. So you don't want to, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America? No, I don't want to do that. No, because we're imposing stuff. So you replace what we were imposing with what you want to impose now, no problem. So now watch where I go with this thing here for you. So for me, I believe we need all different types of people in life, okay? There's a scene, I don't know what movie this is. Maybe it's American History X. Maybe it's another one where he talks about the sheepdog. We can Google this and see what movie it is, what the role of a sheepdog is. And they defend people who can't defend themselves. And that's kind of the role they play. And, God chooses certain people to be sheepdogs, and that's the role they got to play. Great. So how do we get here? Guy asked me a question, what do you think happened? I said, listen, let me tell you, 4 communities screwed up America. I give you 3 of the communities screwed up America. What is it? Number 1 is the do your thing libertarians. What do you mean? Well, I'm a libertarian a little bit myself, which is what? Hey guys, do your thing. Just do your thing, do your thing. But the do your thing libertarians allowed everybody to kind of do their thing, and now the people you allowed to do their thing are now trying to get your kids to do their thing. Oh, shit, you're right.
Mustard seed.
Wow, this took about 20 years. Yes, because you kept saying, do your thing, do your thing, do your thing, to each his own, to each his own. So then the Christian side was what? The tolerant Christians. It's okay, let's be tolerant. I pray for 4 things: courage, wisdom, tolerance, understanding. I have a very hard time praying for tolerance. I have a hard time praying for tolerance the last 12 months. I've been praying for courage, wisdom, tolerance, understanding for 20 years. I cannot get myself, I'm praying, I go, God, I ask you to give me courage, wisdom, understanding. And I'm skipping tolerance. Why? Because there's a book I read recently that a friend of one of our executives in our company, Chris Hart, recommended. It's got to do with the topic of intolerance. Why we have to be intolerant. What do you mean we got to be intolerant? Isn't intolerance a bad word? Nope. We need more intolerance today. By who? By the people who are teaching the right principles to protect kids, family, household. How the hell do we go from 4% to 40%? My mother, when she was trying to raise me by herself, couldn't do anything to me. One day, I'm 13, 14 years old. She's hitting me. She's doing all. I said, you realize you just hurt your hand. What are you doing? You can't do anything to me, ma'am. Nothing. You can't touch me. You can't hurt me. It's over. I'm a big dude. Don't put, and I put my hand behind my back because I keep hitting me. I'm not feeling nothing. Nothing. And I said, let me do that with my father. There's no way I could do that. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? His hand's heavy. I mean, like, hey, Dad, I'm sorry, man. I'm not going to do that. That part missing, my mom can't raise me by herself. She needs that man in the picture to put me in my place. I needed to be put in my place. Who did that to me? The military did. Drill Sergeant Purtle, Drill Sergeant Green. They needed to put me in my place, and they did. 4% to 40%. Let me go to the third one. The third one to me is, I want to find this book to kind of tell you because I don't want to forget about this intolerance book that's written out. It's a very fascinating book. It's called The Beauty of Intolerance. I think you would like it. Christian community would like readings by a guy named Josh McDowell. Anyway, so then you have the lazy and the scared conservatives. What do you mean by the lazy and the scared conservatives? Well, let me tell you what these lazy and the scared conservatives are. You know, the whole, look, we just don't say anything when we go to parties because we don't want to offend and because we just don't want to do anything. Or the lazy ones, we're just living in Palm Beach and we have a nice house and we living in Beverly Hills and Manhattan Beach quietly. It's conservatives, don't tell anybody. Nobody's not telling. We're living in this community, Naperville, whatever, all this. Okay, so how you doing with your money now? All these guys are buying all these media companies, and what are you buying? Real estate portfolios? ETFs? They're buying media, they're controlling your kids, and it's game over for them. They control you for 20 years. So now what do you want to do? So now they got all the universities, education. Okay, what percentage of money is being given to which political party? They have K through 12, when they're doing the math to see for every dollar given to the Republican Party versus the Democratic Party, science teachers, 97 cents for every dollar, school teachers, goes to the left versus the right. Math is the only one that's 87 cents to 13 cents. They have a monopoly in K through 12. They have a monopoly in universities, and this is a way of thinking. So this gets uncomfortable because when you look from this standpoint, then you say, all right, let me tell you what I'm battling with. Should I just sit there and turn the cheek? No, I'm not doing that. Why? I'm not that guy. God didn't create me that way. I think you're needed. But I also think I'm needed. I think we're playing different roles. When you got a sports team, 5 Shaqs are not going to win a championship. You need a Shaq. You need a Kobe. But you also need an Ori. You also need a Kerr. You also need a role player, Rodman. You also need so we have to find. This is why I asked the question. Your Next 5 Moves, the book. Which number one is what? Who do you want to be? What level of what kind of a life you want to build? Right. The more you're true to your role in life, and then you're able to challenge yourself to say, am I kind of taking it out because I'm taking the easy way out? Am I really kind of pushing the envelope a little bit? Am I leading? Am I compromising? Am I conforming? I don't know. That battle is okay to go through. But brother, I got to a point where for me, it got so crystal clear with the vision. Like if there's anything I can tell you I'm crystal on with my life is who God chose me to be. I fought these fires in my belly for 15 years, trying to get rid of them until I realized, man, you put it in me. I'm going to run with it. And let's see why you're doing this to me. I'm going to do my best to be one of your best soldiers over the next 4 decades. God willing, if you choose to take me, I'm chilling. I'm happy. I've lived an incredible, I can't believe the life I've lived. But if you keep me here, my interpretation from you, God, is that you put me here to fight. If you don't like it, please finish this up already. I'm good with that as well. But if you don't, I'm interpreting as PBD, keep fighting. And I'm okay with that. So that's the battle that we all kind of have to go through to see what role we play in this life and what responsibility we have with the man upstairs.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.